But this time around, with all that heavy armor on the other side as well, I think it's quite fairly safe to assume position on the usual corner right about here. Now this is a really good position, especially now as there is no artillery. We can go hull down here and we don't have to worry about not having an umbrella this time around. Now getting hull down in this machine is definitely something that we should be trying to do, and that is a really nice shot into the T-34 right there. We have quite decent turret armor of almost 200mm up in the front, and that bloody jumbo just hit us with his dirt gun, something that unfortunately he will continue to do for the rest of the match, harassing us for smaller or larger sized damage. That shot on the Tiger II, by the way, was a really unlucky one. We have 0.31 meters dispersion, but it decided to dip, and that means that unfortunately we only did track him. Now, as you can see, we are able to put in some quite effective fire, and that's because this gun is not only accurate, it also has a quite decent rate of fire of 8 rounds a minute, and very decent penetration, 226 on the Top Gun, and indeed there is the T-28 prototype as well. So the penetration is about on par with the other T-rate heavies, which means we should be able to penetrate all these guys. Well, we have to aim for weak spots here and there, but that's something that we should do anyway. And as expected, unfortunately we have to face off against the toughest crowd. All the T-rate heavy tanks are here, including the T-28 prototype as well, and even the KV-3 is lurking around there behind that rock, so we definitely have some work to do. Unfortunately, this front seems to melt rather rapidly. In fact, there is only the VK-3001P left, that tier 6 very unfortunate heavy tank. So yeah, things are not looking that nicely. I managed to sneak in another shot in the Tiger II, but unfortunately we expose ourselves just a little bit too much, which means that the T-28 prototype can put one into us, but our rate of fire at least allows us to take out one of the T-rate heavies, so Tiger II is out. And just in time too, because that poor tier 6 heavy is about to go down, and that means we have to make a hasty retreat, because we can expect all this heavy armor to be zerging down on us. Now we are in a relatively fortunate position here. We can pull back to another cooldown position right there, and we also have a really dangerous gun overlooking us. The Ramatak Bolzik did already put in some effective fire, so those guys will definitely think about poking this corner twice. At least that's what we really have to hope for. And oh, there is the IS-3, a quick shot, and we managed to bounce him, which is really good, because that gun can take out huge chunks of our health. We should be able to pen this guy quite reliably, especially if he over-angles, which he didn't do a really bad job of side scraping, but he messed it up just a little bit. Unfortunately, we bounced the second one and he doesn't, and that means we are already down to about a third of our health. So yeah, things are a little bit shaky right now. Well, at least the other front seems to be quite safe, at least at the moment. Indian Panzer and the Tiger P, it seems that they are able to hold off that IS. And that bloody annoying jumbo puts in another HE round. It would be time to deal with this guy, but first we have to get rid of this really dangerous gun, the T-28 prototype. One more shot into him. Oh, and there is the IS-3 as well. We have to be really careful. It's really easy to lose all our health to these guys. And unfortunately the Borsig has been taken out, and that's really bad news. One shot into the IS-3, IS-3 misses, the Jumbo misses as well. So that means with a carefully aimed shot we are able to take out finally the IS-3. And then the Jumbo finally makes a bigger mistake. He is overconfident, and that means we can finally go after him, and our rate of fire allows us to put in some effective fire. T-44 decides to make a hero move, trying to save us, but he only manages to block us, so we are not able to take off the Jumbo. And then he charges forward straight into the T-28 prototype and loses all his health by achieving nothing. Well, at least the prototype is distracted. So we get to take him out, and whoa, that's a Hellcat, and oh, okay. 50mm of side armor, no problem. That wasn't even angled that well. Well, we are not complaining, the Hellcat is out. And what the hell is this T-44 doing? I mean, come on! He entered that match with almost full health, and pretty much the only thing that he did manage to achieve, well, apart from distracting the guys, is doing about 55-56 damage to the Jumbo, and, well, almost dying. Anyway, the bloody annoying Jumbo is now finally done as well, but we can't rest. Now the KV-3 is coming after us, and that guy is a very competent player firing APCR, as we will very soon find out. Now he is reversing a little bit sideways on, and we do manage to bounce the APCR around from the turret. It's great news. Especially as, well, we will definitely need that health. Basically there are 3 heavy tanks left, and, well, if they all have the Top Gun, they can all pretty much one-shot us at this stage. Let's switch to the APCR. We have been firing regular AP until now, but now things really heat up. Thank God we managed to bounce another one from the KV-3, and we do take him out. Problem is, KV-85 is a good player as well, and he senses blood in the water, he pushes forward, and he manages to knock our ammo rack out, which we repair instantly, which is great, because we will need the rate of fire to take this guy out, and bloody hell, that was actually our own Jagdpanzer IV shooting us in the side. Thank God he didn't penetrate. Now that would have been a really awkward loss. And we see that the KV-85 is bouncing APCR after APCR round of us. We luckily managed to take him out without losing more health. And the KV-85, actually, the complete ignorance, is complaining that we have been firing APCR at him, when, you know, we have been firing nothing but APCR at us. Oh well. But the stupid shit is still not over. The SP1C hastily types in the comments, "Wait for me!" I mean, what do you mean? You have been dead since the beginning of the battle, pretty much. Well, I think what he actually wanted to type is to ask the Jagdpanzer IV to wait for us. Unfortunately, the Jagdpanzer IV's only contribution to this battle was to, well, camp pretty much the red line behind our own starting point for 90% of the battle, shoot us in the side, almost taking us out, and then charging forward against a tier 7 heavy tank, an IS, pretty much bouncing twice off his front, doesn't manage to reset, doesn't manage to damage him, doesn't manage to be a distraction until we can come up behind him. He just dies there for no bloody reason. Oh well, random battles, what can you do? Now this is a very tricky encounter. We are on 72 health. The